classroom, working on this paper. You get this paper back, and your teacher gives you a grade, and the grade is an F. And under the F you see, this is the worst paper I've ever graded. You could have done better. What would you think? Think about how she could have said that differently. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. My name is Tatyanna Jones.
And I'm Victoria Sawyer.
And we have both concluded that when being criticized, we don't like to communicate.
Criticism affects communication. For the next few moments, we'll talk about how criticism alters the communication process, why criticism should be constructed properly, and why it is even necessary.
First, criticism alters the communication process. According to the article, The Effect of Functional Brain Connectivity and Associations with Neuroticism by Michelle Nadine Savas, neuroticism is the cause of the alteration between criticism and communication. Neuroticism is the foundation of emotions and personality. This just means if you're very emotional and based on your personality, this means this is how you interact with criticism. A person that is highly neurotic will tend to be self-critical, and they deal with negative criticism worse than somebody that's less neurotic.
Now that we know how criticism alters the communication process, let's talk about how criticism should be constructed properly. We are all different. I'm different from Tatyanna. Tatyanna is different from me. That means we all have different personalities, and we react to criticism in different ways. So when you are a critic and when you're criticizing someone, take into account that they're from a different background than you and they have different personality traits. So you need to approach and criticize and critique them with positive words and telling them that they have room for improvement versus giving them negative feedback and they don't understand what do you mean by that. So when you criticize someone, make sure you tell them that there is room for improvement and that you can always do better than what you put forth.
Another reason why criticism should be constructed properly, because all criticism doesn't go with all environments. This means if you tell her that you don't like her jacket, but y'all are talking about food, that criticism isn't appropriate for that environment. So it's important to know what criticisms go with what environments. Pick your criticisms and pick your environments accordingly.
Okay, moving on. Criticism is necessary for communication. Like Tatyanna mentioned, that criticism is very situational. It's important for criticism in the workforce. According to Managing People at Work 2015, successful managers are the ones who decided that discomfort of giving criticism is less painful than dealing with the consequences of poor performance. When you're in a business, when you're in a community, you're working to one common goal. That common goal cannot get reached if everyone is lazy and not putting forth their best work. That's why it's important for evaluations to happen, so everyone is on top of their toes and we're all reaching the common goal. We all want to be told that we're doing our best work. So what happens when we're told that we suck, that we aren't putting our best foot forward? We learn. According to Kim Bernstein, who's a psychoanalyst, encountering criticism is a learning process. When we critique, we take a step back and look in the worlds of other people and realize that we could do better, that we're not the best sometimes, that we have to put in more effort. So we learn to do better and look at the ideas of other people and put them with our ideas to make a better product.
So let's wrap this up. So to wrap it up, criticism alters the communication process. Constructive criticism is necessary, and criticism in general is necessary because criticism affects communication. Be the critic you want to hear. That's it. So